First opened in 2017. There's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. Taking it about the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Josh Jacobs, who won a national title with Alabama, on this field. And our running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. This defense for the Falcons, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
You feel alive like you can't have enough. You probably feel paralyzed if you ain't had a bug. You still feel paralyzed above syndrome. Friends just having kids ain't adding up. What's the use of having a world with no love? What's the use of having a life with no love?
Black Ultra, red, cycle. Come on, set, sit, 60 red. Set.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Now this thrown deep for Kraft. And this one is incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. Well, this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing. Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 42. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Let's go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stunts to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
To throw now, here's Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup.
Ready.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And a second effort Jacobs. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 5. Now Love. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one a first down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here we go. Ready?
Love from the gun. He gets that one complete to Wicks. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 38-yard line.
Ready. Black. 95. Hey, blue.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
They came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Ready. Let's go. Ready.
Off the play fake, Love. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. James Pierce. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Working out of the gun. Love. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after one.
Third down. 3rd and long.
The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. He's going to air one out. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Hooked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 7 yards there and a first down. The Falcons at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to
on 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
It springs in for 25. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Jalen Walker. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Love now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with a little gain.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
They'll throw with Penix. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And 6 yards.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Penix. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7 are phenomenal.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's 2nd and 3. On play action. Love to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
45, White.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth. Love looking to throw it. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And that will force a turnover on downs. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 9.
To the air, Penix. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 20. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Here's Love. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the 1st half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Now this aired out deep for Reed. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Glove. And that'll fall incomplete. He was
said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll start from their own 5, so you'd have to imagine they'll stay conservative. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the 1st half.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. he's loose down the middle of the field. Moving inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6.
What's a black brand national? Being rational, giving what they ask for. It's not enough.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, there were 3 talking points at the half, partner. All of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 125 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And looking to throw, Penix. Caught out left side by Robinson. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out in the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Go.
Looking to throw, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up the Falcons' first down as he'll take this down inside the 45.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Hand off now to Robinson. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. And I think he got a yard to the 41.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down.
Ready.
Back to throw. Love. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Come on, set.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 15-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready.
And this offense on 3rd down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And now Love going to change things up. Jacobs is in. Touchdown, Packers.
And this is a type of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with the touchdown run to take the lead.
So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for two.
Here we
The Packers will
Love throwing for it. That's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 4-yard line. This now a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They're going to look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 31.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. From the 25, here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They'll drop the throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6. At the Packers.
They'll look to throw here. Checks this one down to Robinson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play of this football game.
And 2.
Tiger. Go.
To throw again is Penix. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations during that tight coverage. You see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. On the bootleg, it's Penix. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. A fourth down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes it for in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
There to stop him, Ja'Whaun Bentley.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Love from the gun. A quick throw there is incomplete. This is a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. Called a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Well, here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Moore on the return. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. That's out wide here for Robinson. A gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
On the give, here's Robinson. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. A big play here, 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
A play fake. Now Penix. Packer pressure, and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. They are going for it. Penix. Oh, he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Ready.
Jacobs going to try the middle to about the 26 here. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Come on, set.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he has a Packer first down, and that should be the one that finishes the script.
That's good.
No doubt those are the type types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On the set.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Down. 33. Hut.
They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs. His